Hello, I hope this finds you really well. We're going to be moving through a Vinyasa class. My name is Kathleen. If you haven't practiced with me before online or in studio, I'm over in WA living and breathing yoga at the moment. So many sessions, so I hope that you're enjoying them if you have been following along. But we'll begin in child's pose as we do at the beginning of all of my classes. I find that just by beginning in the same pose, it's such a clear signal for the body and the mind, our attention, everything to draw inwards, and that our practice is about to begin. So make it a really comfortable version of child's pose. If you have props, if you like to hug a bolster here, even stacking the hands to rest the forehead onto, just to take a little bit of pressure out of the back of the neck. Anything and everything is welcome here. So make it comfortable in the body. I know a few people that have shoulder issues, so that reach overhead can feel a little too intense. Just bend the elbows. See if you can soften the weight of the head down onto the earth. Unlock and unbrace around the neck and shoulders, and then just allow some body weight into the back of the hips and encourage them to sink down towards the heels. Just immediately tuning into the sound of the breath, drawing us into the present moment. Soothing, releasing, flooding the body with softness and ease. Just allow this part of the practice to be exactly as we are. To notice how we feel, what it is that we need, why we've stepped onto the mat. So maybe setting an intention. You may like to use affirmations. Just drawing on all of our tools, whatever's needed, so we can move mindfully with grace. Remember that you can come back to child's pose at any time through your practice. Remember that you can modify, you can play, and you can adjust. Just make this your very own. I'll guide you through, but ultimately this is your time. Just make this class exactly what it is that you need today. Huge big breath together. Nice big clearing breath out. I'm going to start to lift the head, lift the arms, move forward into tabletop position. Bring the hands in under the shoulders, spread the fingers. Knees in underneath the hips. Just starting with some really nice repetitious cat and cow curls. Dropping the belly, drawing shoulders back, lift the gaze. As you exhale, pushing hands into the earth, lift the spine up high. Refill here, spread the collarbones. Exhale, emptying, finding space between the shoulder blades. Inhale. Exhale, emptying, pressing the earth away. 2 more. Releasing every drop out. 1 more. Good. Exhale, empty. Soften the spine into neutral. We're going to pick up the left leg, take it back behind us. Tucking the toes under. Just a couple of rocks forward and back to wake up the ankle, to invite in a little bit of space. Into the back of the calf, spreading the toes, stretching the arch of the foot, and then push the heel right away. Drop it down onto the mat. We're going to sweep the leg up in line with the hip. So I want you to flatten the foot, turn the toes forward. We're going to move into a little bit of a rotation now to keep warming through the spine. We'll also get a stretch through the hips and pelvis as well. Right arm stays where it is. Left arm's going to sweep to the sky, turning open. As we exhale, reaching under. Inhale, turn open and lift up. Exhale, twisting, reaching underneath us. One more. Exhale. This time we're going to land. Move the right hand a little wider. Drop onto the outside of the shoulder, resting into the side of the head. So you're going to get a huge big stretch now through the outside of the shoulder, the underside of the left leg. If this feels a little too much, a little too deep early on in the class, just stay high. Allow the rotation through the spine, huge big stretch through the groin. Just one more breath. Reopen one last time. And then allow that left hand to land. We're going to replace the left knee to the mat. Rediscover tabletop position and cat and cow curl. Drop the belly, roll shoulders back, feel the breath. Exhale, press the hands down, lift the spine high. Keep moving. Warming up the spine. Inhale, bringing some movement into the shoulders, into the hips. Just two more. Exhale, empty. Spine settles into neutral, second side. Right leg back, toes tucked under. Come forward and back. Transfer the body weight. Any little clicks or cracks in the ankle, totally normal. Just moving synovial fluid through the joints here. Good, and then you're going to push the heel away. Get a nice big stretch into the back of the leg. Drop the heel down. Slide the foot up in line with the right hip. And then flatten the whole foot to the earth, toes point forward. Left hand stays down, right arm sweeps to the sky. Turn the heart up, lift the gaze. As you exhale, crossing the right hand under the body, turn to the left. Again, exhale, rotating. One more. Exhale, you can hold here. Remember, stay high if you wish, or reposition that left hand. Bend the elbow nice and deep, reach underneath you. Again, huge big stretch for the inner side of the leg. Into the outer shoulder, between the shoulder blades, holding here, one more breath. Clearing out. We lift up, replace the hands under the shoulders. Right knee under hip, all 10 toes tucked. One big breath, lifts the knees up. And then exhaling, downward facing dog. Now we're going to really build downward facing dog. Warm the body nice and quickly. We're going to lift right heel high. Draw the right knee to right elbow. Hold here. Bracing through the core, pushing the earth away. One more breath in. As you exhale, we're going to step the right foot over top of the left. So we're crossing at the shins. Bend into both knees, push into the hands, reach the hips away. Sinking the heels down. Really nice deep stretch for the back of the ankles, into the hamstrings. Good, we're going to draw right knee to right elbow. Kick the heel up nice and high, and then replace the foot back down. Left hand side, left heel lifts high. Knee to elbow. Hold for a moment. Strong through the breath. One more. Left foot crosses right. Bend and soften into the knees, drop the heels down. With the knees bent here, we create a little bit more space to tilt into the pelvis. Soften the heart. Huge in your breath. One more. Good. Left knee, left elbow. Let it tap. Kick the heel high.
And then lower the foot down. Rearrange your down dog. I know that upper body is getting a little tired. Just find a little bit of symmetry in the body. Flow through the breath. Clear out. We'll walk the hands forward. Little baby steps walks us to the top of the mat. Halfway lifting, hands to shins. Hands wrapped to calves, bow down. Just hold here. Offer a bend into the knees once again. We're going to link the fingers. Just taking the hands to the back of the skull. This is a very gently applied pressure. I want you to encourage the back of the neck to soften, the whole weight of the head to drop down. So we're not pushing, we're not pulling, just guiding the weight of the head down towards the earth. Good. If you wish, release the hands down, drip them onto the earth. If you wish, add movement. I like to bend one knee at a time. Even tucking the chin in a little just to increase the length through the back of the neck. Good. As you feel ready, land center, bend into the knees, tuck the chin. We slowly roll up, uncurling the spine. Just finding a little stack through the vertebrae. Good, bringing the head up last, shoulder blades slide down the back. We land into Tadasana. So feel the body here, the feet grounding onto the earth. Even though there's a plugging in, we have a rebound of energy, lifting, active through the thighs, through pelvic floor. Bandha draws in. Heart is open and lifted. And take some sun salutations to continue linking breath and movement and building heat in the body. Arms rise up, one breath per movement. Exhale, hinge from the hips, fold all the way down. We halfway lift. High to low push-up, step back, brace the belly, bend the elbows to lower down. Choose baby cobra. You may feel ready for upward facing dog. Brace the belly, lift the hips, downward facing dog. We hold for a round of breath. Clearing out. Be mindful of what foot steps forward first. We're going to alternate. Inhale. Exhale, back down. Push through the feet, circle all the way up. And then follow your breath the whole way back down. Lift the heart. Usually the dominant foot will step back first. So just alternating your transitions. Sometimes we don't even think about it. Lift and rise. Exhale, downward dog. Big breath. Clear out. Opposite side steps through. Lift the heart. Head drops heavy. Inhale, rising. Exhale, flow down. Half lift. Chaturanga Dandasana. So we push the toes to bring the body forward. We lower down to elbow height. If coming straight to up dog, just pausing at the elbows. And then exhaling to down dog. One more round through. Big breath. Big breath out. Step or float forward. Your vinyasa. Any modifications or variations that you wish to choose. Even if you're ahead or behind my cueing, we'll meet back in down dog. Exhale down. Inhale, lift. Exhale back to downward facing dog. Just take a moment here to pedal it out. Waiting for everyone to join us that is watching and practicing. And then we'll move through our sequence. Right heel lifts high. Step all the way through, nice long lunge. And then we're going to soften the back knee down. We're going to sweep the arms all the way up here. Low lunge with arms reaching. As we exhale, turn to right hand side. Cactus the arms open. We're going to inhale, reach back up, turn forward. As we exhale, circle down, pick the back knee up. Step the foot behind the right. We're going to halfway lift here with ankles crossed. And then soften into both knees, bow the head down. One breath. Empty out. Push through the feet. We're circling up to standing. We're going to find temple mudra at the top of the mat. Pointy finger up. Last 3 fingers linked. And then exhale over to right hand side. Inhale back through center line. Exhale over towards the left. Realign, brace the belly. Circle all the way down, we fold. Halfway lift, soft knees. As we step back, left foot comes into runner's lunge. Soften back knee down. Arms float up. Once again, open to right side. Big cactus arms. Inhale, reach. This time as we exhale, push off the front foot, lift the toes. Ardha Hanuman, half split position. Just huge in your breath, reaching hips back. Taking this first round nice and slow. Just so you know where you're going when we begin to flow through. 2 more. We're going to add on to Ardha Hanuman. Left hand stays down. We're going to reach the right arm skyward. Staying nice and square through the pelvis, shifting that hamstring stretch to the outer leg and outer hip. Lifting through the gaze, looking past the fingertips. 1 more huge breath. As you exhale, look down, re-bend the right knee, both fingertips land. We sweep the arms skyward. Last breath here. Exhale, both hands land, pick up the left knee. Your vinyasa flow, flush out, fill with breath. Good. Slowly through left hand side now. Left heel lifts high. Stepping all the way through, nice long runner's lunge, and then soften back knee down. We inhale, sweep the arms up. Turning to the left this time, drop the elbows, big cactus shape here. Turn back forward. Circle the hands down, pick up the back knee. We're stepping the back foot up behind the left. Bend into the knees, halfway lift. As you bow forward, drop the weight of the head here. Just hold for a breath. Catch your breath. And then pushing down through the feet, we circle all the way up. Temple mudra. Exhale, we bend to the left hand side first, opening side body. Over to the right. Realign. Circle down, hinge from the hips, folding forward. Soften into both knees, half lift. Left foot steps back, runner's lunge, and then soften back knee down. Let's repeat the beginning. Arms float up. Cactus arms turning to left hand side. Realign forward. As you exhale, push off the front foot, fan the toes. Ardha Hanuman. Half split position, we want to draw that left hip back. Slow through the breath. In a moment, we're going to add on that little twist. Right hand down, left arm to the sky. Turning over just a little bit further with each exhalation. Huge big line of stretch down the outside of the leg now. One more. Gaze down, left foot lands. Last big sweep up through the arms. Both hands land, pick up right knee. Your Vinyasa flow. Let's lower. Inhale. Back into downward facing dog. Good. So that is our sequence. We're going to move through it one more time on the right. One more time on the left. No holding this time. Just free flow. Really fluid, nice and continuously with the breath. Let's inhale, lift right heel high. Step all the way through, low lunge. Arms float up. Cactus arms turn to right side. Inhale, reach overhead. Exhale, circle down. Lift the back knee. Step the back foot behind right, lift the heart up. Fold down. Soften into the knees, push through the feet. Circle skyward. Temple mudra, we bend to right side. Inhale up. Over to the left. Inhale, recenter. Circle all the way down. Halfway lift, again bend into both knees. Left foot steps back, we revisit low lunge. Arms float up. Gentle twist right, cactus arms. Inhale, turn center. Pull the hips back, fan right toes, sit down, Ardha Hanuman. Left hand stays, right arm reaches. Gaze down, bend right knee. Last breath here. Hands to the earth. Step back to plank, chaturanga, dandasana. Inhale, lifting. Exhale, back to down dogs. I know that's quite a long sequence. Lots of transitions. Every inhale though, just remember we lift and rise and inflate. Every exhale, it's a coming down, a deepening and a softening. So keep the breath really slow and smooth. Give yourselves lots of time to transition. Let's close left hand side. Left heel lifts high, big breath. Stepping through, low lunge. Inhale, arms float up. Turning left, bend the elbows, drop in. Turn back forward. Hands to the earth, lift the back knee. We step the foot, cross the ankles, lift the heart up. Soft knees, bow down. Push through the feet, circle all the way up, temple mudra. This time to the left to open side body. Inhale, over to right. Recenter. Circle the arms down. Halfway lift. Stepping right foot back, come back into low lunge to the beginning. Inhale. Turn left, bend elbows. Inhale, reaching. Push the hips back, Ardha Hanuman. Push into the heel. Add the twist here. Gaze down, rebend. Last inhale, low lunge. Hands to the earth, left foot back. Your Vinyasa flow, your final one. Maybe slow it down a little. Feeling every transition. Good, slow your breath. You should be nice and warm now. Good, we're gonna lay the left shin down as if we're coming into half pigeon. And then we're gonna sweep the back leg all the way around. Bring it all the way on top. We're gonna set up for double pigeon. So from the front, you've got the right leg sweeping over top. We wanna cross the legs nice and deeply. So we're almost stacking the knees. You can pull the feet out a little wider, or draw them in close. See what feels best for you. Want to flex the toes, protecting the knee joint. Stay on both sit bones. If you feel like you're rolling out of this, sometimes sitting up onto a bolster can just take a bit of pressure out of the joints, can support the pose a little better than just staying down on the ground. But keep up nice and tall, push through the fingertips. Just start to slow the breath, drop the shoulders. And then if you decide from here you want a little more, just begin to walk the hands forward. You can drop the head down. Maybe using your knee to rest onto the forehead if you have a bolster or a block here. Just closing the gap so the head can rest. Just taking a moment to slow everything down. Now the body is warm. We've expended a lot of energy to move the blood, to shift energy. These longer holds just allow for a deeper opening in the body. In yin, you roughly hold for 3 to 5 minutes. Just so you move from beyond the big muscle groups into the connective tissue, into the fascia, just a deeper, longer, more intensive hold. Need an element of surrender here. You may have heard that saying, whatever resists persists. Soften in, no resistance. Just accept where you're at. Allow the body to experience the shape. Good. You might like to walk the hands in, start to lift through the torso, take the hands behind you so you can uncross the legs. Sometimes it feels nice just to tap out the shins and the hamstrings. You may prefer to swing the legs right to left, just flushing out the hips. And we'll take the posture on the second side. So this time right leg under, left leg over. Just shifting through the body until we really tighten the stack through the knees. Decide if the ankles need to come closer. You want to push them further out. Flexing through the toes. Just staying active through the feet. Good. This second side's definitely a little tighter than the first. I can feel a bit of a lift through that left glute. Just try and level out through the hips and pelvis. Start up nice and tall, fingertips pressing, just centering the body. And then as you wish, hands walk forward. Bend into the elbows, soften the head down. So if I was to go any lower here, I'm going to lose the integrity of the pose. I prefer to stay up just a little higher, just so I don't fall out of this shape. I may have mentioned in a past practice that I definitely clench my teeth when I'm feeling a little stressed, frustrated, challenged. So feel the same, just mindfully roll the jaw a couple of times. Open and close the mouth. Make sure you're not clenching through the teeth, bracing along the neck and shoulders. And we just try and stay. Allow sensation to flood through the body without bracing against it. Let's take 3 full breaths just to close this second side. Dropping in fully. If there's any more space that you can discover, just exploring that now. Good. Push into the hands, lift the torso, just allow the head to settle. Empty the shoulders. Walk the hands back, uncross the legs. Take them out in front, tuck them out first if you like. Little windshield wiper. Just flushing out the hips, gentle twist through the lower spine. Good, and then turning forward, scoot yourself up to the top of the mat. You might like to even take a little rock and roll just to massage out through the back of the spine. Tuck the chin, tuck the tailbone, just a couple of repetitions. Like a little massage for all those muscles that line the vertebrae. Good, once you've had enough, feet land, rolling down onto your back. You can reach forward or use the support of the legs, but bracing the core to guide the body down. Good, head lands. Arms relaxed down by your side. Just draw the knees into the chest, take the hands onto the kneecaps, circle the knees around. Just rolling the femur, stirring around the hip socket. Maybe even changing directions. If you have a bolster or block nearby, if you grab one at the start of the class, you might like to even just lay the legs up, restorative shoulder stand before we end. If you don't have any props, sometimes even just placing the hands up underneath the pelvis, just creating a little bit of an elevation to extend the legs up. Always feels nice to spend a few moments just draining the lower limbs, soothing the nervous system before we settle into Shavasana. Even more restorative, just scoot your bottom over towards the wall, resting the heels on the wall. This takes the support, takes the weight out of the legs. You feel gravity taking effect, a little tingling through the toes. If you're new to this, sometimes the legs can even get a little shaky. It's one of the best postures to do in the evening, especially if you have been on your feet all day. If you wish to stay a little longer, keep the legs up. Just close the eyes down. It feels beautiful to turn the palms up, just to roll the shoulders open. Just creating more space around the heart. If you feel ready, you can start to bend at the knees, transition the feet down onto the earth. They'll feel a little warm as the blood floods back into the ankles and into the toes. We can extend the legs long, removing the prop from underneath you if you grabbed a block or a bolster. Just lay the bones out on the earth, lay flat onto the mat. Just beginning to smooth out the breath. Just softening through to the back of the heart. Just softening the skin. Again, we can separate the teeth. to ensure we're not clenching around the jaw. Just smoothing out the forehead, the eyebrows. Just inviting the bones to be really heavy, the muscles to melt. Just a complete release once again, using the breath to flood the body with ease, with light, and with peace. We offer ourselves to this moment and begin absorbing all the benefits of every posture we've just completed. And I thank you for joining me on the mat to practice. Have a beautiful rest of your day or evening. I shall see you soon. Namaste.